I have been doing nofap for the better part of 4 years, I would say. And one part of the nofap community, or I guess just the nofap in general, that I find very ironic and is very, very funny is that the more nofap videos that you actually watch, the more you're actually likely to relapse. And what I mean by that is that nofap for me, or at least for people who've been doing it for longer than a year or for a long period of time, you try to incorporate it into your overall lifestyle, which means that you don't think of nofap on a conscious level. You're not going about your day constantly thinking about, oh, am I gonna relapse today? I'm gonna feel the urges, right? I'm getting distracted, right? Ooh, the urges are coming up, which means it's time to fap, it's time to bust a nut, right? You're not thinking of that on a conscious level because you've integrated nofap into your general lifestyle, where you put it as its identity. So it's a part of you. It's a part of your own self identity, and that's very, very important because you want to be able to form a sense of self, and that nofap will actually help you with that. And so it's very similar to counting the days, right? Because I get it when you're starting on and off of nofap, and especially when you're starting off in a very, very deprived state where you've been addicted to this corn and to this destructive behavior that's numbing your dopamine system for years and years and years. And yes, it's going to take time and probably a lot of time to recover from that. And so, as a way of motivating yourself, you count the days and you tell yourself, oh man, I've gone 1 day without fapping, I've gone 2 days without fapping and watching corn. And I think that that can be very good, especially for those who are starting out. But again, the more you level up and the higher you go to, right? It's like higher level, higher devil, something like that. But basically, what that means is that the higher you go on this journey, or the longer that you go on this journey, the more you find out about yourself, and the more that you realize that nofap really isn't about getting to that destination, but it's about seeing yourself getting better every single day and realizing that this is how you're supposed to feel on a daily level. You're not supposed to feel like you're drained of this fapping energy. You're not supposed to feel like you have to be watching corn to just get yourself stimulated and to just give yourself a quick dopamine hit. You're supposed to integrate into this lifestyle where this is your natural self, where you don't need to watch these nofap videos because inside your mind you already know what you have to do. If you just know the basics and you just get the concept down, all it really comes down to at that point is just going about your daily life, not thinking about it on a conscious level, but truly integrating it into your subconscious mind and just putting that into your own self-identity, and to realize that nofap is a part of you and that it's not something that you're thinking about. Just like how you're not thinking about the days, you're not counting the days. This is just who you are. This is how I am. This is how I feel. And another very important aspect of this that I'm going to touch on a different video is that you have to forgive yourself as well. I'm going to go more in depth with that topic on my next video, but you have to remember to forgive yourself. When a relapse happens, it's normal. It's actually part of the longer process. It's very normal, and you have to forgive yourself, because trust me, I've gone through the cycle and I've gone through a phase of just hating myself and just blaming myself for everything, but it's not worth it. It's very destructive. It's very negative, and you're only going to relapse more, and you're only going to hate yourself more. So there's no point of that. Just forgive yourself, learn from it, and move on. And sometimes you don't even learn from it and maybe relapse a week later, but that's still okay. Just remember to forgive yourself, but don't use that as an excuse to continue to go on your relapse journey. And again, to bring it back to my initial, I guess, proposal, is you don't actually need to watch nofap videos. And for me, I'll share a personal story, is that when I watch these nofap videos, ironically enough, it actually makes me remember the idea of nofap, because I've been doing this for over 4 years now, to the point where I don't even think of nofap as nofap. I just think of this as something that's just natural to me. I am someone who doesn't fap. I am someone who doesn't watch corn. This is just part of who I am. And so this isn't something that's separate that I'm adding onto what I already have. It's already integrated into who I am as a person. And so at that point, when I do watch a nofap video, and again, most of the time the nofap videos are very positive, they're very helpful, right? Sometimes I even go back and rewatch these videos completely for the fact of just dopamine and just kind of reaffirming myself and just kind of just reassuring myself. So again, it might be a little bit of cope, but essentially sometimes I'm watching it for a dopamine hit, sometimes I'm just rewatching it for the sake of just rewatching it and to kind of feel that feeling that I had initially. But again, when I watch these videos, it just kind of reminds me that, oh yeah, I guess nofap is still a thing, right? Like top 10 nofap tips, 7 things to do when you relapse, or how to recover quickly from a relapse. Again, these are all very good things, but again, from my perspective, from someone who's been doing this for a long time, it's like when I see these videos, ironically enough, it actually brings about the urges, and it brings back a lot of the memories, and it brings back a lot of the feelings and the emotions that I had with nofap at the time. So just realize that, you guys, is that if you guys have been on this journey for a long time, then I advise you guys, again, it's up to you. You don't have to listen to me, but I think that sometimes it's a good idea to actually stop watching those nofap videos and to maybe start watching some other types of videos, whatever content that you're interested in. And then at that point, you just realize that, hey, nofap is just a part of me. Again, if you do actually need some help, then of course go ahead and watch those nofap videos. But if you've been going on this journey for a while and now you realize that you don't really need nofap tips and tricks, you kind of already all know it, then sometimes actually watching those videos can bring about a lot of the emotions that you had initially, and it could actually lead you to having some urges and then eventually relapsing. So that's what I want you guys to know. And if you did enjoy this video, then subscribing to the channel would mean a lot to me. That's all I ask, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.